The Ultimate Chi back with another video for War of Divisions. Today what I want to talk about is the offer wall. The arena videos will come later today. The thing with the offer wall is when I was first playing this game, it's very grind heavy and it takes a lot of Visor. So instead of wasting too much money, what I would do is play the offer wall. And the offer wall actually has some decent they actually give you a decent amount of Visor. So as you can see, this is my offer wall, and it actually scrolls a ton. And I've done a bunch of these. So I'm going to talk about some of the ones that are easier to do, some of the ones that I'm working on, what to be aware of while you're doing these, and what's the most efficient way to do it. So let's get started. As you can see, I've probably gotten close to maybe even 10-20,000 Visor worth of Visor from playing the offer wall. So it is a good source of Visor if you need it. So we'll start from the bottom up. Some of these have like time offers, and if they're limited time, and if you can't do the mission in the time limit, then it gets canceled. So a couple of these reward denies. Ebony, the Return of Kings. That one, 4-star general in a week, was relatively difficult. It was too difficult for me to do it. Ideally, I want to be able to do it within anywhere between a day to 3 days, a week tops. That was easily going to take a couple of weeks, so I was like, no, not doing that. The Pop Casino. These are actually really hard to do. The casino ones are actually not really worth it, because unless you really like slots, and even then I don't think it's worth it, because the way the casino ones work is you open up with a slot machine game, or they're all slot machine games, you just get different kinds of slots. But eventually what happens is it boosts your win rate up front, but if you bid too much, you start losing really fast, and they cut down on your win rate. The other thing about these casino games is, I believe the more you bid per slot, the more experience you gain. But at the same time, if you bid higher, the game basically flips on and you start losing like crazy. You'll notice that if you're bidding like the minimum amount or a little bit above the minimum, you'll be in a constant winning streak. And if you bid like the maximum amount, you'll get cleaned out within maybe like 10 minutes. And the thing with the slot machines is basically what it does is it takes control. Because you can do auto spin. So now I got my phone over here doing auto spin, and I can't do anything else with it because it's doing auto spin. And this isn't like I can spin for an hour and I'll be level 20. No, I gotta spin for like a good 2 to 3 hours to get to level 10. So it's not really worth it. I don't recommend playing any of the casino ones, unless especially the slot ones. Those are crazy. The bingo one, I had to get to level 50. I played it for about a little 1 or 2 days. It was interesting. Like, you get multiple bingo cards, but when you're juggling around your screen with 4 bingo cards and you're trying to find B9 on 4 bingo cards, it gets old real fast. Like, and the way the mechanic that keeps this game from getting old is you travel from town to town, and people say the number is in different accents, which I think was refreshing in the first 2 towns. But after that, it was like, oh, really? I'm still playing this 4 bingo card thing because if you want to get to level 50 within, I think, 2 weeks, playing 1 card bingo, that's not happening. Realistically, I think even if you can get to level 50 in 2 weeks, you're literally playing it as a full-time job, if not more. So the bingo one was a hard no for me. I gave up midway. The Ever Merge one, this one I was actually really pissed about, because at the time there was 2 Ever Merge. There was 2 Ever Merge offer walls. I picked them both up, and I decided to I actually got to that level, and I took a screenshot of it, but it was it was level 9 and level 10. I reached level 9. I didn't realize it said complete level 9. So I prematurely sent in a ticket. But that's also because previously, some of these games, if you send in a ticket, the admin might just say, "Oh, what the hell?" They'll just give you the visitor. But for this one, so I was trying to take advantage of that. So bad karma came back, and I lost 1,400 there, and it was a big waste of time. I was doing it the same time I did the Star Trek one, so it wasn't that bad, but it was a waste of time. That kind of really that's the part that ticks me off, because I didn't end up getting the visitor at the end. So that was like 1,500 visitor that I'm not gonna get. And I wasted about 3 or 4 days doing Evermerge, because of the way the stamina system works. Basically, you just keep merging these pieces together, and they'll give you points. And the points, the points you need to level becomes exponentially higher. Meanwhile, your stamina is not going anywhere. So after a while, it was taking up a lot of stamina. The good thing about this game is it's not attention heavy. So it takes you about maybe 5 minutes a day, do some daily quests, merge, and then come back again another 5 minutes in like 3 or 4 hours. So it doesn't take up a lot of time, unlike the bingo one where you gotta constantly be there, swiping bingos, or the casino one where your phone has to be on, by the way, the way I do these offer walls is I would turn on War Divisions on my computer through BlueStacks, and then I would have it go on auto while I use my phone for these offer walls. So that was that. Now we're gonna go to the ones that I actually got paid for. A venture capitalist I actually really liked. Basically, you start off with lemonade stands, you buy lemonade stands, and then you start buying newspaper stands, and you basically become tycoon of Earth. And then you need $100 trillion to get to the moon. And if you watch commercials, it speeds up the process. So the idea here is to buy like 100 of each of these properties, and then use the speed up. And then basically you can leave your phone off, or you can not play the game for about like a good half a day. Come back and you should have 40 trillion, maybe 60 trillion, depending on how you manage your assets. But if you have like 200 of each of the businesses, and then you watch an ad, you'll get like 20 trillion, and then basically you just don't play it for like a good 30 minutes. A good 3 to 4 hours, and you'll get the visitor. So this one was actually really easy. That was a venture capitalist. Current cash rewards. You gotta listen to music 30 minutes of this music app. Basically, this one I was able to do at the same time I did a venture capital. So that one was actually pretty easy. Lords Mobile, took me about a week, but it wasn't that bad. Lords Mobile is not one of the worst. Is not one of the worst ones out there. Basically, these offer walls comes down to one of 3 categories, right? You got your casino gambling stuff, which mostly is slots. You got your city builders, so you basically get your settlement up to level 10, 12. It's usually one of these 3, 10, 12, or 15. 10 would be the easiest to do. It doesn't reward enough for you to really spend the time to get 10, because it'll take maybe a day. 12 will take maybe 2 to 3 days, and 15 can easily take you a week or 2. So any of the ones that say 15 for the city builders, don't do it. Lords Mobile wasn't that bad. You got a lot of speed ups, and I believe you were able to build 2 at a time. So Lords Mobile was actually pretty easy. I did it in 2 to 3 days, maybe 4. And okay, what the heck was that? Okay, I don't know what that was. I think my screen just blacked out. But okay, back to Lords Mobile. Lords Mobile, I would definitely recommend. Hero Wars. This is the one with the guy and the pin, and you gotta solve the puzzles. It's kind of a puzzle RPG kind of thing, but there's every 3 levels you do a little puzzle, and then you basically gear up your guys and you farm in a 2D side scroller, and you can auto it. This one you can do in like an hour, so I definitely recommend the Hero War one. It takes you maybe 1 to 2 hours tops. This is a very good one. This solitaire, when it says finish 6 crops, that's about 84 levels. 84 levels of the solitaire stuff. And solitaire Grand Harvest is decent. It's not that bad because of the way these lifelines work. So basically, you're playing solitaire in these pretty good-looking maps, really. And you get 3 lifelines, or you get a wild card. You get to pull 5 more cards if you ran out of cards, and you get to have this other one where it just gets rid of cards on the board. Solitaire is actually a really good one, but 6 crops I believe is kind of hard. The solitaire one took me 3 to 4 days, and that's mostly due to like RNG blocking me. Like, you can have really crappy cards that are like on the field, and you just don't end up pulling any of the ones that you need. So you'll have to use lifelines. But in order to use the lifelines, they cost gold in the long run. So essentially what'll happen is you'll run out of gold. And you can still keep challenging. Actually, you can't, because it takes about 200 gold per level. So realistically, you gotta wait a good amount of time to have enough gold to actually be able to do this one. I even had to, a lot of these, like, you get really good perks if you link your Facebook or your Gmail or whatever to it, if you intend to play it. So even after linking my Facebook and getting, I think, 20 or 10,000 gold, it still took me 3 to 4 days. Was it an enjoyable 3 to 4 days? It was pretty good. But the game itself, each level takes about 3 to 4 minutes, depending on how fast you want to do it. So 3 to 4 minutes times 80, you're looking at 240 minutes or so, which is about close to 4 hours. And that's assuming you beat every level first time over. Realistically, it took me about 6 hours played, so somewhere about like 3 to 4 days. Words with Friends is not hard. That one's actually pretty easy. This Forsaken World one I just did yesterday, and I thought it was a very good deal. I opened up the game. The game looks great. It's kind of like app MMO. App MMO, not really my thing. Looks really pretty. The way I look at the Forsaken World make a purchase offer wall, I think of it as cheap visual, right? If I'm going to spend $1 in War of Divisions to get 60 visual, I can pick up this offer wall, spend $1 on Forsaken World. Now I have VIP 1 in Forsaken World, because apparently everything has VIP levels now. So I'll have VIP 1 in Forsaken World, and I get 630 visual. So I get 10 times more than what I was gonna get. So that's actually pretty good. This one I definitely recommend. Actually, most of these I recommend. So like Adventure Capitalist I recommend. Current Cash as I recommend. Lords Mobile and Neutral. If you're really running out of stuff to do for the offer wall, then do Lords Mobile. Hero Wars, big recommend. It was very easy, and it paid out pretty well. Solitaire Grand Harvest, not really. If you run out of stuff to do on the offer wall, try this one. Game's nice, but not really worth the effort. Words with Friends, I used to play with a bunch of people, but really what I did was just I started 25 games and just made words with people, and some people fight back, and I was able to do it fairly quickly. Uh, the Forsaken World, big recommend. Hempire. When I looked at complete level 15, a lot of these a lot of these offer walls tell you really cryptic stuff. So like, complete level 15, does that mean like I have to get my settlement to level 15, my main area to level 15, or do I have to get my character level to level 15? Because something like Lord's Mobile, you have a character level and you have your own city level. In this case, it means your character level. I thought the game was pretty good, but for 500 Visior, and I don't think it was worth the time. It took me about 2 days. Uh, but I thought it was actually like, it was very enlightening. It was very rich. Uh, taught me a lot of marijuana slurs and marijuana jargon and how marijuana is made. So I thought it was interesting. It's very interesting. This would be considered that fourth category where it's like Township. If you ever play Township, or basically you have a farm, you grow crops and you take your crops and you sell it. Basically, that's a reskin of this, or this is a reskin of that. Basically, it's a farming game, right? You make a farm, you grow some crops. In this case, it's weed. You harvest the weed and you sell it, and basically you go back and forth. Wood Doku, it's not hard. It took me about 10 minutes. But with Doku, the way this game works is when it says win 2 games in Wood Doku, the only way you can actually win a game in Wood Doku is if you play the daily mission, where there's 10 crystals and you actually have to delete these puzzles so you can get 10 crystals, and that's how you beat the game. But like I just said, they're daily missions. So it took me like 10 minutes, 15 minutes total. But it took me 3 days because I had to spread it out in 3 days because of just because of the way the game works. I couldn't just win 2 games and be done with it. So, and it actually took me a third game. That's what it took me. So it's more like win 3 games, which I thought was kind of glitchy. But it was alright. It wasn't that bad. Disney Sorcerer Arena. This one I think took me 2 days, maybe 3 days. I think it's 2 days. It's one of those. It's very similar to Hero Wars, where like you get characters and then you level them up. It's kind of like RPG. There's hero campaign and villain campaign. If you like Disney, I would recommend the game. The graphics are excellent. The combat style is decently smooth, but I didn't keep it at the end because it started getting very like, you just hit a wall after like 20 levels. So like I'll be cruising by, none of my guys die at all. Like I'm not even losing HP in the first 10 fights. The next 15 fights, still not really losing HP. I'm losing maybe 20% HP. And then around like level 20, I just straight up get wrecked. Like I just run in there, it's auto, same thing I do normally. I come back and I'm defeated. So I'm like, what the heck? I played it again. I come back and I died again, and I was getting hit for like 5 times more than what I was getting hit for before. So this game, the difficulty spike jumps hugely. So it's kind of one of those like, we're gonna hook you in when it's low. We're gonna try to hook you into the game when in the early levels, and then you basically gotta pay to win. Otherwise, you're just gonna get wrecked. In my case, it was kind of like, hey, I only need to reach level 22. So what I did was every day I get stamina, or I just wait for the stamina to refill, and then they got these instant battles where you just click instant and it'll give you you'll get the experience, you'll get all the loot and everything. So I basically just did that, and I came back every 2 hours. I played for like an hour to begin with, and I came back every 2 hours. Sorry, the game blacked out on me again. I don't know why that's the case. Back to where it was. back to Disney Arena. It was I would recommend the game if you like Disney, but from but from a your time spent per visitor standpoint, uh, not really. It's not bottom of the barrel, but it's kind of mid tier. So I would do it if I already did all the easier ones. Because 750 visitor is not a lot, but it is that's 15 shards, but it's not a lot, but it it, it was good. It was a good experience of a game, but it's just not as efficient to get visitor if that's your main goal. Part of my mentality going into it is a lot of it is just, hey, I find games that I think are decently interesting that I want to give a shot. So that's not bad. Yahtzee is actually really good. I played Yahtzee for about a week. I've always wanted to get into the Yahtzee game. Uh, Basically Yahtzee. I believe if you link your Facebook account, um, every day they have these like gift matches where you pick 1 out of 4 presents and you get more rolls. If you do that, you'll actually be able to level up fairly quickly because of these scratch cards. And if you link your Facebook, I think you get double experience. So that's actually really good. Yahtzee was so good, I even got my girlfriend to play, and me and her were battling it out in Yahtzee for a good week. So I recommend Yahtzee. Like, the game itself was great. The visual was pretty easy to get. A lot of these like Zanga-esque games are fairly easy to do. Because for Yahtzee, what I had to do was I just had to start a whole bunch of games with people, and then I would get scratch tickets. I would get experience for playing with them. Uh, it was overall a pretty fun time, especially if you have a significant other or a friend you can play against, and you guys just keep battling it out with each other. And the more you battle it out with each other, the more rewards you're going to get, and your friendship level is going to go up, which will in turn give you even more rewards. So Yahtzee, I did it in a day. Took me maybe 2 to 3 hours, but that time flew by. Like, I thought it was great. The time went by right away. It was quick and painless. Coin Master is a no. Coin Master it's this game where you basically it's like you're just making enemies in this game. Basically, you get some gold, you build a village, and then you just keep rolling slots. And one of several slots will come out. Either you get Thief, which you'll steal from somebody who either stole from you, or you can target one of your friends. Don't get your friends into this game. This game's toxic. The first 3 levels was a huge pain in the ass to do. By level 4, you get your little fox pet, and he helps out a lot. So 4 to 5 was pretty quick. And then level 7 was rough, or the 7th village was rough, because in order to make these villages, the requirement of gold gets exponentially higher, while your income stays relatively the same. Because if you get the Door's Hammer, I think if you door hammer someone successfully, it's 100k. If they have a shield blocking, it's like 30k. And you can roll duds. That's the problem with the slot. Like, you get slot machines, you have to use your energy to roll it, and you can roll duds. So it was a huge pain. It took me close to a week. Not only did I link my Facebook, I had to ask 2 other friends to install the game so I can get coins, so I can play this game, so I can get energy to play this game. And it turns out one of my friends was actually thinking about playing this for the offer wall, and as he was playing this game, and they're really slow to pay out the friend invite too. So as he was playing this game, because I was his friend, his tutorial taught him how to steal and use the thunderbolt, and he did both of those things on me. At the time, I had like 100. At the time, I had like 1,000,000 gold in reserve, waiting to make something. Because towards the higher end, you have to save up to like 2 or 3 million before you can make something. And in the meantime, while you're saving, people can attack you and just steal it from you. So in that situation, because I invited my friend to come in and he had to play the tutorial, I actually got less than what I would have gotten because the 30 energy that I got for inviting my friend did not make up for him attacking me and me losing 1,000,000 coin. So no, don't invite your friends to this game. Just stay away from this game in general. Like, this game is horrible. And then if you end up having one of your girlfriends who, like a girlfriend like mine that likes to have you suffer, she will play this game just to troll me. So yeah, don't invite your friends to this game. Don't play this game. This game is horrible. Like, I figured it was just slots and I just have to play maybe like 5 minutes a day. No, the stupid slot machine takes about a good 15 minutes per session, and I had to do that for a good 4 to 5 days because at a certain point it was like sunk costs. I already sunk an hour into this. I might as well get the visual. That kind of situation. Don't do it. This one's horrible. Seekers. This is one of those like find a picture, where's Waldo kind of game. I was able to do it in like an hour or 2 hours. So Seeker is decently recommended. You can think of it as if you think about it in a very economic sense, right? 600 visual is close to about $10. And you got it in an hour, $10 an hour. Wow, it's not bad. Especially if you had nothing to do. So Seeker, I would recommend. It's quite pretty. The graphics are pretty good. It's a kind of where's Waldo, find these items kind of situation, and after a while you'll pick up on the patterns. There's only certain places where these things can be, so it gets progressively easier. Solitaire win 10 hands. This one was fast. It took me about maybe 20 minutes. It rewards very low visual, but hey, it's 3 shards in the Whimsy shop. So Solitaire, it was fast. If you need some quick visual for arena or shop, then yeah, do that one. Game of Thrones, stay away from this one like it's the plague. All right, this one, it's a city builder game, and city builders at level 15 is a hard pass. Don't do it. And it rewards way too little visual. It rewards 1,100. That's close to maybe like $20 in visual. This game was so bad. It was so bad that I ended up having to spend money on it, just so I can be like, I'm done with it. And the money I spent almost broke even the visual that I got. So that was a loss, because if you spent money on visual, half of that visual is paid visual, and you can do it and you can use more things with that. You can use it for more things. So no, this Game of Thrones is a hard pass. Like city builder games, you'll notice that they're all basically reskins of each other, and you'll notice that some city builder games will let you build 2 at a time, or it's just 1 at a time, and then some of them will have a perk where if whatever you're building is under 7 minutes, it'll automatically finish. Game of Thrones had that, right? Game of Thrones, when I first played it, I was like, hey, you know what? It's Game of Thrones. Right? I like this. I like the show. Let's give the game a try, right? It was city builder. I'm like, if I'm gonna play a city builder, I might as well play one that I'm familiar with. And at the beginning, it was pretty good. Like you get to have three building slots, 3 research slots. Whereas normal games, you only get 1, right? You only get 1 or 2, and the ones where you get 2, you're very unlikely to get the auto finish at 7 minutes left. So Game of Thrones gave you both of that. So I thought, hey, that's not bad. That's pretty good. And then it turns out, nope, that one was terrible. The game timed out on me again. Screen fell asleep, whatever, I don't know. But yeah, Game of Thrones, don't do it. Like, it might have looked good in the beginning where you get 3 build slots and autocomplete at like 7 minutes or 9 minutes or whatever it is. Yeah, the other thing about being past level 15 is once it's any kind of city builder game past level 12, you'll actually get attacked by other players. So in this game, I was not as I was not as adept to getting attacked at the time, because in most of my city builder games I just put out all my gold, all my wood, stone, whatever. I just have it all in my inventory to begin with, so I can build, right. No, in this game people actually attack you, and what they'll do is they'll teleport right next to you so they can attack you 10 times within a minute. And I couldn't even respond fast enough, like, to getting raided. I got raided like 10 times, or was it like 30 times, to the point where I lost all my resources, and I was out maybe like 3 or 4 million wood and stone and whatever it is, which made leveling to the 14 even harder, or from 12 to 13 even harder. And then from 13, 14, 15, I was just short resources, and I was just resource capped, and like I was able to make the 15th castle for a good day, maybe 2 days, before like I just said screw it. I was like, screw it. Here's $5. Give me the resources to make this stupid thing so I can be done with it. It was that bad, because you get really hard resource locked, like and that's the problem with Game of Thrones. Like, don't play it. In general, don't even play any city builder games that require your keep, your castle, your settlement, whatever the hell it is, to be level 15, because level 12 you're gonna get attacked, and that's just what it is. So yeah, not that one. Don't play that one. Star Trek level 15. This one I was watching Masada Gaming, and they said the Star Trek one was not bad. It took him a couple of days. This one took me a good week for playing Star Trek. Did I like it? I thought it was alright. Like, the Star Trek game wasn't bad. I knew what I was getting into off the bat, because Masada Gaming did say that you only get one build slot. Which was different from the settlement one that I first played, the zombie survival one that I first played, which gave you 2. So that was a change. And getting up to level 15 is I believe in this game you don't get attacked until you're level 15. That or like the way the galaxy is spread out in Star Trek, you're very less likely to get attacked, because if you hold up in a very low level world, higher level people isn't gonna come here and be like, oh hey, there's a guy that's not protected, I'm gonna attack him. It's different from like Game of Thrones and Lords Mobile, where you're in a castle and you're all in the same field together, and they're like, oh hey, this guy's not protected, let's attack him and see what happens. In Star Trek, it's like a galaxy. There's solar systems. You gotta zoom in. You gotta visit the solar system to actually see who's in there. So even if I was able to get attacked, I never got attacked in Star Trek. And it was fairly difficult. Like, I was resource capped here or there. Like, I ran into a wall with the resources a couple of times. The cool thing about this one is like whereas most of these Game of Thrones games where you have your castle and you send your army out, here your army is 2 starships, or you get 1 starship, you get 2 starships later on, and you just move these starships and you patrol the galaxy. I think it was pretty cool. The problem with that is I think once you're past level 12, your ship can get attacked. Or was it level 10, your ship can get attacked? And my ship got attacked a couple of times because, I was gathering stuff, which was kind of annoying, but it wasn't anywhere as bad as getting your whole settlement attacked in Game of Thrones. So Star Trek, for 3,000 Viscera, I think that's a decent payout, because look at this. Star Trek is 3,000, Game of Thrones is 1,100, so that's close to triple. Star Trek was easier, and it was the better game, and I didn't have to spend any money on it. So Game of Thrones hard pass. Star Trek, it was neutral to preferred. I I would do this if like if I had nothing else that was easy, but that was good. It was a good one. Funky Bay. This is another farmland one. Took me 2 days. Um, not much to say about it. It's farmland. Like you just plant your stuff, harvest, sell it. Basically, it's the same as that Hempire game right there, except it pays a little bit more. And I think you need to be a little bit lower leveled. The Hempire's 15. This one's only level 10. Yeah, I recommend it over Hempire. It's a decent source of Visual. It's like $10. Took me maybe took me an hour, and then took me an hour to set up the town, and then I come back and I spend my energy and do some harvests for like 5 minutes every 2 hours later. So it took me like maybe an hour and a half total. So Funky Bay, pretty good. Here's some of the harder recommends, like Viking War of the Clans. When I did this one, I started out, I linked to my Facebook, and they gave me something close to like 500,000 gold coins, which allowed me to just straight up say, here, I'll pay gold for it, I'll pay gold for it, I'll pay gold for it. And I was able to get the visual in less than 30 minutes. That being said, if that offer is no longer available, where linking your Facebook gives you 500,000, or was it 50? I don't remember whether it's 50,000 or 500,000 gold coins, but it was enough for me to get where I needed and be done with it super fast. So if that offer is no longer on the table, don't do it. But if it is, best one, definitely recommend. You can do it super fast. It's a city builder game. Because if you can't get that kind of gold to just use gold to like hard speed up everything, don't do it. Because just researching this tier 3 unit alone, the research time was a week. So this would be way more grindy and time consuming than any of the other castle games, without that bonus. So basically, user beware. If you notice that you can get, I think it was 50,000 gold or 500,000 gold by linking your Facebook, then this one's easy. If you can't do it, don't do it. Then don't play it. So very polarizing. Raid Shadow Legends took me I think took me a good 3 hours really. And I played this one because Masada Gaming was like, oh yeah, Raid Shadow Legends pretty easy. AFK Arena was easy. My game glitched out because I think AFK Arena is only available if you use the Google Play version instead of the Amazon version of War Divisions. Raid Shadow Legends. I did this in about 2 to 3 hours, which is significantly faster than Masada Gaming. But that was because like I linked my Facebook, and then they had a 7-day trial pack. These 7-day trial packs are actually really good. Because they'll be like, oh, here, sign up for this 7-day subscription, or here, sign up for this monthly subscription. Here's a 7-day free pass. So I signed up for it. It gave me double experience and a whole bunch of other perks. So I was able to get Raid Shadow Legends done in about 3 hours, which was, and most of it was I wasn't even looking at the game, like because there was auto combat in there, so I just had to shuffle the units because it's about combining your units up to make different color levels and levels. So I wasn't even looking at the game for the most part. It was just auto. Basically, their primary leveling system is the War of Divisions weapon plus upgrade system, which is like the worst part of War of Divisions, and you decided you're gonna make a game with that. That's terrible. And my screen timed out again. Alright, let's end the video here, and we'll have a part 2 with the rest of my Vision War.